What's up, Nate Petrosky from Narrowway Homestead. We are going to do some garage framing, and as the livestock guardian dog is getting a lot more socialization these days. First up, lumber delivery, then building walls, and in between, all kinds of fun and shenanigans. Can't believe I'm getting a garage. He is all about all these vehicles, all the time. His homestead, his property. This video is in a little different format than I normally do. First, there's going to be a whole bunch of clips of the most exciting parts that I have. Those of you familiar with the construction will know exactly what's going on. Those of you who aren't, well, I'll try to answer some of your questions you may have towards the end of the video. I captured a lot of the work being done, just some times of hanging out and having fun, some of the fun conversations, and cool stuff like the front wheels lifting off the ground of this truck. Ain't bad. Oh, I didn't go underneath. There goes his bar. Once all the lumber was delivered, Az checked it all out and it all seemed good, so he told the contractors that they could come out and finish building. Or, you know, start building. At first, Az was a little upset about the bale of straw. He didn't recall that being in the building materials, so he had to go check it out. It didn't look like it was approved garage material. I mean, it's not a straw garage house, or, you know, anyway. Turns out it's just to help keep the mud down, so that's alright. Normally I would have plenty of power with the solar to run all kinds of electrical stuff, but with this hurricane having been through for the past few days, contractors running a generator. But are getting a wall laid out over here. Gonna have on this side, just decided I want to do a man door like here and then 3 windows. I wasn't deciding on a door there, but I just know, yeah, I'll want to have a door there. I just know. He's a good boy. He was a good boy. No problem. And that's almost unheard of. Framers that, like, yeah, go by 1/16 of an inch. That's wild. Most of the time they don't even know what a 1/16 is on the tape measure. We want it tight. That'll be sweet. We'll just do this later. Well, I'm also thinking about... Yep, gotta be ready now, because it's up. And that's a tall wall. That's a lot closer than it was. It's off the line there. What do you think? You gotta look at line. Here, yeah, I would say it's pretty handy.
It's got the sides and up and down.
Yeah. Man, what did I go and buy a Stabilia level for years ago?
Yeah, and that's so small.
Right? Not sure how much they appreciate Az hanging out on the tail of the tool trailer, but nobody tried to get him to move, so it must be alright. Minion, you supervising? Minion, how's it going? Is it going good? Everything going okay? Yep, I did good. Takes quite a while to put up 48-foot long walls, especially with doors and windows openings in them and figuring it all out. But that's what a time lapse is for, and yes, I have roughly a gazillion phones. The one on the left is streaming to Twitch, this one is obviously doing the time lapse, and I'm carrying two, one for short form content and one for this, long form content. After the first couple of walls were up, we just decided this lumber was pretty rough. Yeah, too many pieces were coming off the pile that just weren't useful. It's expected that you'll have some twisted pieces, but once you've used up everything for braces and stuff and still 50% of what's left is crazy, you pack it up and send it back where it came from. Once he headed back, they were pretty accommodating. I called him over the phone, told them we were rejecting it all as is and I wanted a refund. But they told me they were willing to do an exchange and even hand select the pieces for us that we took back. I'm not sure who it was that was hand selecting, but I'm not really sure they've ever built anything before because, yeah, they hand selected stuff that was just as twisted and warped as what we got before. Reason they're chasing that one off and
He looks ruffled, don't he?
a little bit.
They've been beating him up.
I don't know. Aslan,
Yeah, he looks a little rough.
don't worry about the food. You got other concerns.
He got hair pulled off the neck and everything. Looks like.
Yeah. I ain't messing with him, guys. Leave her alone.
Dang, that's harsh.
They're not usually quite that vicious, but I was just making casual rounds.
Hey, sit. Sit. I'm sorry, I thought I had a biscuit for you.
It's like all the rest of them.
I got it. Doggone, yeah, you got it.
Big 20-foot door, guys. And they're made out of LVLs for the beam. And a bunch of jack studs to hold it all up. What you got, Haz? What you got? Keep kicking it out of his mouth. Keeps coming back for more. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed.
You good? Yeah. Sleep under that wall? Yes. Personally, I go as cold as I did to that side, so it's got more leverage to hold. But
Maybe LVLs have always been this way, but I feel like they're a little more sloppy than when I used to work with them, which, to be fair, yeah, it's been like 7-8 years since I've actually done any projects that had an LVL. But most of this is probably just looks. It's probably just as strong with or without it like that. It'll be fine. I wouldn't worry about it. It'll be okay. As long as it's not pre-crowned, which it's not, obviously.
by the time he gets back. Just kidding. I don't think so. Yeah. I'm not gonna carry it.
Just gotta shake it and say, that's not going anywhere.
That's not going anywhere. That's good.
That's good. Treated plywood. Just for the bottom 2 foot. Taking him like twice as long to cut over here, being super careful. He's gonna get one right, he says. He's gonna get one right. We're gonna check. No, you can't cut through it. Oh, cracks me up. I'm giving him a hard time. Don't be scratching the concrete with that blade now.
The tip of my knife.
Right. You gotta finish cutting the wood with the blade now.
I know.
Yeah, how about that?
My knife's all dull now.
Oh, I should have used my knife. My knife's dull.
That was mine now.
This is now.
Wow, that stuff's tough.
No, it's I know.
Did I get one, Nate?
I think you did. I think that's
I did.
perfect. Man, I bet you got 2.
3 times just to get it right.
That's right.
Strike free.
Oh,
Yeah, we
man.
didn't cut through out there because I didn't make it through the wood yet.
Yeah, that's how you know it's good, because, yeah, you didn't finish cutting the wood either. Oh, that's crazy.
I love it though, man.
Oh, yeah, you nailed
Absolutely
it.
love it.
Awesome.
Yeah, just video this side.
Yeah, I'll only video this side. I won't video the other sides.
Love it. 4 foot and a half. I'm actually going to do different numbers, top and bottom.
There it is, guys. That's the garage walls, at least the first floor walls. I think it looks pretty sweet. They're taking a couple days off here, which is cool, just because it'll let me catch up on the video of it. But probably you guys gathered most everything from earlier in the video. I'll just try to go over some stuff if you didn't catch it. Pressure treated plywood for the bottom 2 foot, with them being 10-foot walls. The OSB, you had to rip something about 2 foot anyway, so this OSB will run up to the top there. It's actually going to go higher because the next step is going to be floor joists, which are these eye joists. And because it's a 28-foot span, less 5.5 on each side, less 5.5 inches on each side, it's quite the span. So rather than going every 16 inches with them, they're going to go every 12. Hopefully give me a good solid floor up there. But I think they did a really good job. I mean, I made some shorts just really trying to pick apart their work, including a clip from earlier in this video, or giving them a hard time about making a little sawzall cut in the concrete. I couldn't care less. We were just having fun. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. They're all very agreeable. I don't really think I gave them too much of a hard time with much of anything else. It's so hard to show how straight the walls are in a camera. You guys probably get the idea though. They did really well. Something I thought was really cool, and one of the questions you guys have got to have, especially if you guys have been on a construction site or a build crew at all, is why in the world didn't they sheet the wall before they stood it up? And they were going to, but because the concrete was not perfect, and they're picky. So they've got different measurements written down on studs. Some of these studs are different lengths to accommodate for a slight variation in the concrete. But if they had put the sheeting on the walls and then stood it up, there would just be a gap underneath certain spots, whereas doing it this way, it allows the walls to actually set down into place and set directly on the concrete. Obviously, once it's bolted, it pulls the plate down, and that allows the walls to actually have a perfectly flat top up there. So they were just really picky about that. I was thrilled with that. And check out this header, guys. This is really cool. We were debating about making a beam pocket like that versus just sitting it on a bunch of studs right at the corner. But since that's the size the LVLs came, well, it was a little bit longer, but why not take advantage of the length and just set it up on 2 sets of jack studs, kind of like that. I feel like it ties it together, makes it really strong. I didn't show it in the video, but there are 3 LVLs in there. It's not just 2 with a space in between. And I think, yeah, that just worked out so sweet. The framing is just so, honestly, it's really nice. I'm happy as can be. The window layouts and door layouts were finalized by me typically about 20 minutes before the walls went up, so hopefully I'm happy with all that. Planning to put a staircase. It's been the plan. Put a staircase starting here-ish, going up into the 2nd floor. Hopefully I don't have to tighten it up too much that it feels awful. It is a 10-foot. I could even do the math. It's just been so long since I built these, but it's a 10-foot, 4.5-inch wall plus a 16-inch LVL, and you have to go from here up to there. And yeah, not actually, by the time you get up there, bump your head on the roof. There will be floor joists sitting here, of course, running this way, and then there will be a 4-foot wall on top of that. I think it'll allow me to have enough headroom when I get up to the top that I'll be able to turn and access the whole 2nd floor, which will end up being something close to 20 foot wide up there, starting at 6-foot knee walls. And I'm down here, it's 28 foot wide. So that's the plan. That's all to come. Concrete has its issues, but as time goes on, I'm already so not worried about it. It's so fine. And as more and more time goes on, I'm not gonna sweat it. So yeah, that's the garage build. That's how it's been going so far. If you guys have any questions, I will be reading the comments and probably incorporating some answers, especially if it's a commonly asked question, into the next videos, so that hopefully I'm answering your guys' questions as we go along. I probably won't type out the answers, but I will be in the comments, just trying to make sure I've got everybody that's got questions. Hopefully I get you all covered. So yeah, that's it. I'll just say it again. It's got a treated plate. It's got a sill seal underneath of it, a moisture barrier, if you will, so that this is not directly contacting the concrete. And it's got this cool treated plywood around the bottom. Oh, I found another missed nail. Hey, that's not even a sheeting nail, is it? I don't think so. That's fine if they want to use framing nails for that. They probably... I know what happened. I'm thinking on the fly here. They probably didn't have sheeting nails for treated material. You have to use galvanized or other types of nails that are acceptable for putting in treated wood. Otherwise, it'll corrode off really rapidly. Since they now they used to treat this stuff with something arsenic based. Now it's treated with copper. I don't even know what it is. I forget. I used to know the name. But anyway, copper reacts to other metals, so you have to be very particular about the metals that you allow to be in contact with modern, which probably was done somewhere around 20 years ago. Something about using treated lumber on playgrounds and then high arsenic content in the dirt or mulch around it, and then maybe if kids were eating dirt or mulch, it was a bad thing. I don't really know. I remember being on a construction crew and guys were talking about how dumb it was to switch to something else, but I didn't look into any studies. I don't know if it was really a big deal or if it was just possibly could be a big deal. I don't know. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. Maybe I ate too much arsenic soaked mulch when I was a kid on a playground. What do I know? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.
With the beard and the vision